She's as much chameleon as she is comic. Tracey Ullman puts a retainer into her mouth and literally transforms herself into a gawky 14-year-old. One moment later, she's a yuppie mother, consumed with quality time, or an anorexic rock singer. Ullman has the uncanny ability to capture Americans at their best and worst. Her talent is all the more remarkable given the fact that she's not American at all. Tracey Ullman is a 28-year-old British import. Last season, the Fox network gave her own half-hour show. And although a critical success, it has yet to catch on with the general public. So it's no wonder we found her not by the pool in Beverly Hills, but out in Middle America, trying to drum up some support.
Hi, I'm Tracey Ullman, and when I'm in town, I watch Toledo 36. They've got the Tracey Ullman Show. WUPW, the Tracey Ullman Show. Watch it.
Tracey Ullman's here with Mitch and Mary Beth from K100 and WTOD. It's 9:41.
Me first, Rosia, always.
Do some more American for us.
Yeah, we like the American.
Do some American dance.
It is like my mum when she used to push back the furniture in the front room and go, dance, dance for the neighbours, Tracey. I go, Mum, don't be embarrassing. Be embarrassing.
Like a New York cab driver.
Listen, I've been in New York for now 20 years,
yeah.
And now my parents, they were Italian. But I tell you, we don't speak Italian, we learn to speak American and English like everybody else. I don't expect anybody to speak my language to me and my kid. You get it, my kid.
Tracey Ullman said it best when she once described herself as the girl you never heard of, doing a show never done before on a network that didn't exist a few years ago. The show is a mixture of comedy, variety, and musical. It's as hard to pin down as the star herself. Ullman wanders in and out of more accents than Meryl Streep, and the majority of them are American.
Mommy, is it bad to be normal?
No, darling, it's not bad to be normal. And even if you are normal, we'll stand by you and love you no matter what you grow up to be.
She says she doesn't like people to know who she is, so Ullman becomes anyone else, from an Australian golfer to a USO singer trying to one-up Tina Turner.
Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day.
I like looking unlike myself. I like being someone else apart from myself.
Have you ever thought about what it is you're covering up?
I don't know, the wishy-washy girl from the suburbs that they all like to say I am. I wasn't anything in particular. I was a suburban girl. I wasn't sort of like upper class in England. I mean, England's so class conscious. I wasn't working class. I wasn't upper. I was nothing distinctive. So to be able to impersonate someone distinctive gave me some confidence. Because, you know, I'm just, oh, hello, yeah, I mean, my sister, we all talk like this, and, you know, we use our hands a lot, and we go, you know, and okay, and, you know, suddenly be somebody very, very brazen or something like that was a relief to being this person like this. Oh, you know.
Why should it matter to us if they don't?
Ullman was born in London. Her father died when she was 6. At 15, she dropped out of school. Already, she says, an old soul.
We just had to grow up awfully quickly, and there was never any money, and it was always, you know, hurry up, grow up, so you can get out to work and make our life easier. It always felt like that. But my mother's wonderful. She's a mimic, and we had always had a great laugh. It was our defense, really, you know. We used to laugh a lot, and she'd do voices and put on shows for my mum, and we'd stand on the windowsill, and I'd come out and sing in pretend French and stupid things like that. My mum would sit up in bed and go, oh, it's just wonderful, isn't it?
She always knew you'd make it, though, obviously.
I think she always had a great confidence in me.
Yeah.
Baby, there's no need for living in the past.
By 1984, Tracey Ullman was so successful on stage and screen in England that she was known simply as Our Trace. That's when America got its first glimpse of her in this music video, along with her highly acclaimed performance in the film Plenty.
How are you going to live then?
Oh, by the way, is there room for me at your place?
By the time you left England, if I'm not mistaken, you were a star by British standards.
Yeah.
So why did you leave?
Well, there's always a great... I mean, for any British performer, you always want to see what it's like in America. But it's like the big time, being in America, you know, being on TV here, it's the big time.
I've never seen anything like it. Tracey is an original talent. You know, when I racked my mind, I mean, you know, you can come up sort of with Peter Sellers, but it isn't as exact as you think. An original talent, this remarkable thing.
Writer-director James Brooks, who created The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Taxi, left TV at about the time Ullman arrived in America. He was busy making movies, while she was living anonymously, listening to our voices and building up her menagerie of characters.
5 more minutes to the weekend. If I don't get touched by a guy in about 2 hours, I'm gonna die.
You know, when I was in England, I used to think I could impersonate Americans really well. I couldn't at all, and having lived here, you know. Hey, good job. You know, I couldn't, you can't know that unless you live here, you know.
That's right. You wouldn't want to know that.
No. Hey, way to go, man. Hey, you know, I couldn't talk like that. Okay, man. Hey, baby, you're hot.
I'll bet that if you've talked to her, you haven't been able to talk to her for more than 10 minutes without her lapsing into another character. She just can't help doing it. It's alive in her. It comes out of her.
I don't need a lot of protein, and my cholesterol count was really high, and I was really worried about myself. You know, I saw those girls in the malls in California. So
none of that's worn off on you? You don't
selfish.
worry about your sodium intake a little bit?
Oh, sure I do. Yeah, I really worried. My cholesterol was 280. Wow, like I couldn't believe it, you know? So.
Ullman's talent was enough to lure Brooks back to the small screen. He convinced the Fox network to take a chance on the unknown, a gamble that has yet to pay off.
And I'm going to tell it as I would tell it.
It's a bit tougher here than living in England. America's a big, tough place, and you have to do it for yourself. You can rely a little more on the government in Europe to sort of help you out. Here, it's a big, scary country. You know, you're free to starve.
Yo, Nashville! Watch WCAY-TV channel.
Ullman spends a lot of her time selling herself to America, while stealing bits and pieces of it wherever she can.
I like that. My dad did this with his wife on Sunday night, but he thinks he's like an alternative religious comedian.
An alternative religious comedian?
It's just a pain in the arse, just stuff like, hell, I'm so happy I've turned to Christ, because it's a lot better having a Bible there in your top pocket than a pack of cigarettes. Cool. Send in some money, now! No one calling, no money coming in.
I did enjoy that tour particularly. It was my little view of America. Publicity is hard to do, but if you're getting something out of it for yourself too, which I was taking photographs, making notes, making tapes of all these people.
Thanks very much, Hugo.
I've got a big album now of all these photographs of all these people, and I can refer to it, and I can see what real people look like.
The Toledo Wolf look. Hey, I'm real handsome. All the secretaries really dig me, you know. Listen, I can have you in bed in 10 minutes, babe, but...
You get a bit lost living in Los Angeles because nobody's really very real, or they're so obsessed with themselves, you lose track of the real people.
My name is Ivy Christine Pate.
And what's your accent?
Pardon me?
What is your accent?
Toledo.
Toledo accent.
Yes, it is.
And what is your favourite saying living in Toledo?
Oh, get out of here.
I like talking to people, and, you know, I'm not laughing at them. I'm observing them, and I take it all in. I couldn't do the show I do in the characters if I didn't like people.
Tonight, I play Francesca McDowell, an idealistic 14-year-old New York teenager. It's not easy being a teenager. Metal cutting into your gums, hormones screaming, bones stretching to their limits, breasts exploding against your sweater. Or maybe not.
When she plays a 14-year-old girl on the show, and we did a story about that girl having a date, and then the question is, who do you cast as a date? And we cast a 14-year-old boy, a regular 14-year-old boy. By the third day we're into rehearsals, we forget that Tracey Ullman is an adult woman.
Why don't you come in and meet my folks?
It's great, her living with her father, who's gay, and with his lover.
Martin, this is my dad.
Hello, Martin.
Hi. And this is my William.
This is my dad, and this is my William. I can do fantastic when I get my braces in. I always wanted to play, you know, the American metal mouth child, and I had my braces made. I love them. I always make sure I've got a bit of food in them before I go.
Oh, nice.
That feels very authentic.
Hello, Mother. It's Kay.
Ullman prefers the unusual character rather than the Hollywood stereotype. She insists she'll never compromise for the sake of success. You can have Cinderella. She'd rather play the ugly sister. For now, American television is her laboratory, with all of us under her microscope.
A lot of morals in American TV. A lot of older people giving younger people advice. You know, it is a bit let's care and share and get a bit mushy sometimes. I mean, there's a lot of love pours out of you, you know, and in your shows. And we're much more sarcastic and pessimistic and dark in England. And we couldn't have happy endings and stuff, you know, where, hey, Dad, you know what you told me? It's really true, and I'm happy that you told me that. You know, it'd be like, shut up, son, get in the back room. You know, we're much more sarcastic, you know.
Well, do you believe in happy endings?
My show doesn't. We have a lot of depressing endings. We have the singing suicide sketch, you know, we have the...
Can we talk?
No.
Can we dance?
I guess I'm much more optimistic having lived in America. I'm much more prepared to think on the bright side of things than I was when I lived in England.
If I knew what I want,
I'd be giving it to you.
giving it to you.
Fabulous! I'm a producer and I love what I just saw. How'd you like to come and work for me?
Oh, thank you, that's wonderful!
No, not you, just the guy.
I think a bit of British sarcasm mixed with some American optimism is a jolly nice mix.